Hello. The title of the play is What the Constitution Means to Me. If I were to condense this play into 3 words, I would start with moving, due to Heidi Schreck constantly projecting her polar views without caring about blowback. The second word I would use is comedic. Comedic would be another word I would use to describe the play because of the interjection of jokes many times during the play. Eye-opening is the third word I would use for the interesting and jarring questions asked by the U.S. Constitution as well as domestic violence. A playwright of the play was the main actor, Heidi Schreck. I chose tragicomedy as the genre of the play. My reasoning being throughout the play there was a serious tone speaking on the bad things she had experienced throughout her life. Violence and the Constitution not, quote, protecting her, end quote. Heidi Schreck can be seen as the so-called protagonist. The climax of the play, in my opinion, is during the final debate scene with Rosdely Cyprian. Rosdely spoke on how the Constitution doesn't actually have the word woman in it at all. A surprising fact, in my opinion. Something Heidi can relate back to her childhood. The scene got intense. There wasn't any music throughout the play other than maybe a couple sound effects from what I remember. The language was pretty sophisticated in my opinion, with moments of satirical language used. The reason why it was sophisticated is because of the concepts explained. Heidi is very educated on the topic and Rosdely is a high school prodigy for debating. Ariel Heller is the director. The type of stage is proscenium. I believe that the cast was one of the best when it came to assemble. They were able to mesh much better than other plays I've seen, such as In Pieces. Regarding the diversity of this small cast, it was made up of a white man, a white woman, and a teen black girl. This is a diverse cast for the size of it. The cast was able to get their message across because of the 2 different viewpoints based on race, sex, and age. A staging moment in the play I'll talk about is when Heidi and Rosdely had their debate on whether to abolish or keep the U.S. Constitution. Rosdely was on the left of the stage and Heidi was on the right, both having a chair and a podium. This is significant as the 2 are arguing 2 sides of an issue. The director did this to show the distance between the debaters and their opinions. The actress Heidi Schreck had the same name in the play as her real name. Her role in the play fit pretty snug in my opinion. A moment in the play which I enjoyed was during the debate, whether she needed to refute a point that Rosdely brought up, regardless if she believed it or not. She was able to articulate an intelligent argument even when I thought she was about to be stumped by Rosdely. She was able to really give the audience a show using her expressive body language and loud projecting voice. My reaction to this moment is one of shock and embarrassment. The 2 were arguing about things in the U.S. Constitution, which people may not agree with. After seeing the stats at the end of the play, where they only got around 50 votes to abolish and 120 votes to keep it, I would be slightly embarrassed at those numbers or if my audience didn't agree with me. One second. Out of all the designers of the play, one stood out to me the most, set designer. The set designer is a woman, Rachel Hawk. She was able to formulate the scenes in a way which suited the play's overall message. The overall design of the play was serious and formal. The props were placed in correctly in symmetrical manner. When Heidi transferred into the debate scene, I remember her putting on her gold suit jacket. The jacket was clean and strong. The designer wanted the audience to see change in Heidi from her childhood and past. Hawk needed to change her outfit to a more sophisticated one. Another piece Hawk added was the Constitution books handed out to the audience. These books were small, blue, and plentiful. The reasoning for this prop was able to get the audience engaged. Heidi and Rosdely also referred to the books throughout their debate. The whole crew of the play, including backstage, worked in tandem to create this play. It was one of a well-lubricated machine. The set and light designers worked together with Heidi and Roselli on multiple occasions. And one important moment when this was visible was the last scene where the two sat back to back. Roselli tells the lighting guy to dim the lights, and the lights center over the two of them. The playmakers and the creators of What the Constitution Means to Me had a message they wanted to convey. From what I saw, this message was the Constitution needs work. The work includes enhancements for women's rights, minority rights, and a more diverse representation in U.S. Congress. This play was definitely provocative and different, something I haven't experienced before. I felt the actors were sometimes screaming directly at me. Scary. However, the fact that the actors were able to voice their opinions is great. The voices of everyone needs to be heard. This got me thinking how I could do more to improve the quality of life for my fellow Americans. I connected the talk about lack of representation in Congress with the lack of BIPOC people in theater. Thank you, and have a nice day.